Today, we remember Georgia's peanut farmer turned president, Jimmy Carter. The 39th president of the United States lived a full life. He was a governor, state senator, philanthropist, and an author. Mr. Carter was also a Nobel Peace Prize winner and a Sunday school teacher. But most importantly, in his eyes, a husband, a father, and a grandfather. We're taking you now live to Plains, where former President Carter returned after his time in the White House. Solen Aref joins us live. Solen, what have you been hearing from people out there this morning?
Hi, Caitlin. I can tell you that people who knew President Jimmy Carter have told us today that he didn't act like how they thought a president might act. They describe him as a laid-back man who loved this town and loved being just another resident here. Now, all throughout the town, it's really hard to not see his presence here. It is just about everywhere. And this town clearly loved him, just like he loved living out his final years here. He loved it so much that he didn't want to be buried anywhere else. Jimmy Carter's final resting place will be on his property here in Plains, next to his wife, Rosalind. People I spoke to here say that tells you everything you need to know about how much he adored being from Plains, Georgia.
If this world was full of Jimmy Carters, it'd be a beautiful place. There'd be no wars, there'd be nothing, there'd be compassion. He went out of his way to the last moment of his breath to do things for people.
We're all sad, and we knew it was coming, but we're also celebrating because he and Rosalind are back together again. And that's, we have to look at it that way. I mean, the man lived a full life.
Now, throughout the day, we'll continue to bring you more coverage and stories from people who say there will never be another man like Jimmy Carter. And I want to show you one of these beautiful bows that businesses in his hometown are putting up downtown right now to honor his memory. Reporting live in Plains, Solen Aref, 13 WMAZ News.
A beautiful tribute. Thank you, Solen. As for Carter's funeral and service arrangements, we should get details on dates and times shortly. Here's what we know so far, though. The president will first head to Atlanta, where he will lie in repose at the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library. There will be private services to start, but his repose will open to the public. Then he'll be moved to Dobbins Air Force Base. At the base, he'll receive a 21-gun salute and other music services before Air Force One flies him to Washington, D.C. Carter will be received by a military arrival ceremony in Lyon State at the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. The public will be invited to the Lyon State at some point, which will likely last at least a day. His national funeral service will be at the National Cathedral. That same day, his body will be flown back here to Georgia. Funeral services are planned at his home church, Maranatha Baptist. He'll be buried privately with family and loved ones at his home in Plains.